Good morning and welcome to Coffee with Alain. Hope you're having a fantastic start to your Friday. I'm here with a sounds like a you problem mug because we're going to talk about a problem. Before we get to that, I want to hope that everybody had a safe and pleasurable Independence Day yesterday, with however you decided to celebrate. I spent the night with the scared dog in my lap and beside me in bed. I don't mind people doing their fireworks, even though they are illegal in city limits and people were still doing them. Okay. But, you could be respectful and stop at midnight. I'll give you till midnight because I know it doesn't get dark till close to 10. But, the jerks that were still doing them at 1 and 2 in the morning, even though some of us like me get up at 4:45 every morning and other people had to get up early too. That's just pretty disrespectful to continue to, you know, 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning to still be lighting them off here in town around people. Like I said, Rocky was scared all night. I think it was around 1 or 1:30. He needed to go to the bathroom because he was scared to go out earlier. Went out and boom, had some more. Still scared. So poor little pup. But he's doing better this morning. But I didn't really want to talk about that today. I wanted to talk about a problem with flying with firearms. And the problem is many people trying to take firearms onto airplanes in their carry-on bags. And you think, well, Alan, that's obvious. You're not supposed to. Yeah, it's obvious. But last year, over 6,700 firearms were taken from people trying to get them in their check, or not their check bag, but their carry-on bags. And this year, they're on pace to surpass that record. So they may end up with over 7,000 people trying to get firearms onto aircraft in their carry-on. And that's dumb, people. If you want to fly with firearms, get a hard case that's approved, that can be locked, where TSA can open it, do the proper forms. You can fly with firearms. Rifles, handguns, doesn't matter. You just need the proper case, fill out the proper form. You can fly with firearms. Don't try to take them on the plane in your carry-on bag or carry-on suitcase or whatever you have. If you're not checking bags, don't have firearms with you because you're going to have to check your firearm. I had an interesting story. One time I was training weapons only because I was teaching an active shooter classes out in Virginia. And I was at the Reagan Airport there at DC. And I had checked my case, but it had training weapons. So I don't need to do the firearm paperwork and so forth, even though it was a firearm case that I carry my blue guns and airsoft and so forth in. I'm in at the gate and I get a phone call on my cell phone and I answer it. And they're telling me to go back to security. Just as I was walking up to security, I heard somebody say, "It's just an airsoft." And then, I went around the corner where I could see the security people. And I said, I was told to come back here. My name's Alan Baris. And they're like, blah, blah, blah. Yes, we thought it was an actual firearm. You didn't report it as such. And I said, no, yes, I did. I told everybody when I checked that bag that it had training weapons only, no real firearms, no ammunition. And they're like, well, it didn't reach us. It wasn't my bad. It wasn't my fault that it didn't reach them, but they weren't really happy because when they scanned it, they thought the handgun that I had in there, which was an airsoft handgun that I used to show how the slide works and all those kind of things when I'm teaching class for people that don't understand certain things about firearms. They thought it was real, called me back, everything was okay. But the point is, they are checking, which is good. We want them to. They're definitely going to be scanning and checking your carry-on luggage. I mean, I told you a week or 2 ago when I was flying, I got stopped because I forgot about the little water that I had left from getting it from first class coming home, and I put it in the backpack because I didn't drink it, and I forgot it was in that little side pocket of the backpack and got caught going back on the plane. And that actually is the most common thing that TSA finds in carry-on luggage: water. So water bottles are the most common thing that they're taking away from people. And they took mine that day. Oh, well. But last year, over 6,700 firearms confiscated. This year on pace to do more. And I don't know if they've confiscated. They probably let them take them, but they stopped them anyway and didn't let them get on the plane with them. And it's amazing what else they take from people. All of the different knives, machetes, swords, grenades that maybe aren't explosive anymore but look like the grenade, which is still not allowed, ninja throwing stars, other martial art weapons that are clearly prohibited. You can go on TSA and look at all the things that are prohibited, and those are all things people have tried to get on and haven't been able to, and continue to try to get on and are not able to. So just be smart when you're flying. If you want to get through and you don't want to be hassled, you don't want to be delayed, you don't want to hold other people up or yourself, make sure you know what's in your bag and don't try to take things that aren't allowed. It's that simple. Dixon's here. Good morning, Dixon. Dixon says, sounds like they could benefit from your class on better communication. Maybe they could, yes. Yeah, that was an interesting time there in the Reagan Airport when I'm being called on my phone and told to go back to security and talk to the TSA. And I'm like, okay. And then again, it was just a miscommunication on their part because I had clearly told everybody, yes, it's a rifle case, but there's only training weapons and training gear in it. Now, that case that I have, I could carry actual firearms if I filled out the proper paperwork and put the right lock on. And I actually do have locks. I locked my training stuff up too, and they're TSA approved locks because TSA can open them. But I didn't do the paperwork, didn't need to. And so that caused some confusion there for them. Anyway, that's what I wanted to share today. Hope you had a wonderful Independence Day. Hope you have a fantastic Friday. And I hope the next time you fly, you make sure that you're not carrying anything not allowed, because it's just going to give you a hassle with TSA. Have a fantastic Friday, everybody. We will see you tomorrow.